afternoon, Philadelphia Eagles fans, and good afternoon, NFL fans, to Week 5 of the 2019 football season. This week, our Eagles come back home and transition from playing an undefeated, or used to be undefeated, Green Bay Packers team to now a completely defeated New York Jets team here at the Link, 1 o'clock Sunday. Now, last week, on a short week, our birds had little time to sit and cry about losing to the Lions. Packed up our stuff, practiced, and whatever players were healthy at the time, took them to Green Bay and faced, at the time, the undefeated Green Bay Packers and Aaron Rodgers, somebody we've never beaten, and a team that's hot. And all we did, in some part, I like to feel like the Eagles even watch my videos. I don't think they do, but whatever. But they did what I said we needed to do. Keep Carson under center, run the football, control the clock, be opportunistic with potential mistakes, which is like, this is obvious stuff. And then score some stinking points, because we weren't able to get crazy pressure on Aaron Rodgers, but we got just enough. Which, obviously you can see, staying under center helped out Jordan Howard. Our running backs ran for 176 yards. It doesn't happen by accident. That's a deliberate call from the coaching staff and for Wentz not to audible out of it all the time. Aaron Rodgers, we got to him just enough. We had the reverse Super Bowl. We had the Derek Barnett stripping Aaron Rodgers, and Brandon Graham this time, he's the one recovering the fumble to turn the tide of the game and allow us to get up to a bigger lead. And then, of course, one of the least likely heroes of the game and potentially of our season, this guy James at cornerback, broke up a pass right on like the 1 yard line, on the goal line, popped up in the air. Nigel Bradham secures the interception, didn't fall down to the ground as soon as he should have. It scared the living crap out of all of us Eagles fans. He was running down the field, but still secured the victory. Eagles win 34-27. So, now we're sitting at 2-2. To make things even better, of course, here in Philadelphia, Dallas losing without the Saints scoring a touchdown, beat them 12-10. So now we're sitting one game out of first place in NFC East, and now we have a key tiebreaker against the Packers, which I fully expect for them to make the playoffs. Who knows, because of the division, where they're going to land, but I think that's a key tiebreaker. I mean, we lose a tiebreaker to Atlanta, but it seems like they're falling off. We're their only win. And then who knows what you're going to get from Detroit, which actually played Kansas City really hard. So is Detroit actually for real? We're going to find that out. So we lose tiebreakers to them, but we gain one with the Packers. Looking at the landscape of the NFL, or things that we just truly care about, last night, Seahawks beating the Rams. We actually play the Seahawks this year. Russell Wilson looks ridiculous as usual. But then we have the potential of getting that tiebreaker, so we'll see about that when we get to it. And then also Dallas has to play a pretty frustrated Packers team. They're coming off of a loss to us, so hopefully they turn up the juice. As Eagles fans, we're rooting heavily for the Packers this week. There's other teams out there doing their things. I get it. We have to still see what in the world is San Francisco going to do, because I think they're still undefeated right now, which nobody saw that coming. So we'll see about that. But this week, all of that said, we have a couple other distractions as well. We have some trades people are talking about. Obviously, everybody's talking about Jalen Ramsey. I'm not going to pretend like I'm not even going to put this in the line today just to get people to click on this video. I'm not going to say I don't want the talent of this guy. Yes, this guy is very talented. We are very short and thin at corner. But at the same time, I don't want to give up our future for him. I don't think that's a good idea. I don't think it's a good idea. 2 first rounds and all this other stuff. No. Now, if the price is right and Jacksonville, for whatever reason, brings down that price tag, fine. But you know what? I think we do okay with the people that we have, not mortgaging our future, let people get healthy, and do what we need to do with the players that we have. That's how you have sustainability over a long period of time. If you look at other teams out there that are highly successful on a regular basis, like the Patriots, they don't go chasing after stuff like this. So I think we got to deal with whoever's healthy. I mean, we got Russell Douglas. I actually like the guy. He just needs some over-the-top help sometimes from safety. This guy, James, sure, I think we should just run with him. Before, we weren't even talking about this LeBlanc guy, and next thing you know, that guy is in our starting lineup, and he's making plays. I think there's something to be said about people that are hungry. Like we said before, hungry dogs run faster. Well, this guy, James, is getting a shot on a team that has the potential of going to the Super Bowl. You think the guy is studying his film right now? You think the guy wants to be in the right position? He knows what it feels like to potentially turn around the season to a good football team and what that feels like. I think he's going to get hungry for that, and he wants to do that more. So he's going to be in the room doing his studies and hopefully getting ready for the Jets. And nobody, I don't care who you are, nobody is scared of the Jets this week, which could potentially be a mistake. And I'll give you 3 reasons why. Maybe 2, maybe 3. We'll see. The Jets have some weapons. Now, Darnold is not going to play. I mean, I don't think that's a good idea. The guy's spleen might explode on the field. I mean, it's football. It's lots of money, it's lots of fame, all that stuff. But you're not fighting for this country's freedom. So you know what? Take care of your spleen. I don't like to see anybody get hurt. Even Dallas Cowboys, I don't like seeing anybody get hurt. Yeah, I like to see people lose that are playing against my Birds, but I don't want to see anybody get hurt. So, Donald, please, I hope you get healthy for next week and beat the crap out of the Cowboys. But for this week, please take care of that spleen here in Philadelphia. Right? And you got some familiar faces like Crowder. We've seen this guy over and over again when he's playing against Washington. That guy is a third down machine, right? So we got to make sure that whoever's at quarterback, I think it's Falk, I think that's the guy's name. We don't want him to get comfortable and have a security blanket with Crowder and allow for them to extend drives, especially with Le'Veon Bell. What they're going to do is so obvious because when you have a young quarterback that's not confident, that doesn't have the same makeup as your high draft pick, that can make adjustments properly to a changing defense in front, you're going to try to run the football and have easy checkdowns to get him comfortable and to extend drives to keep the defense off the field so they don't get tired. And the other part too that you're going to have Greg Williams, who's their defensive coordinator, mixing up their defense for pass defense, right? Because one of the Jets' strengths, if they have them, and they do, this is an NFL team, guys. It's got talented people throughout the entire league. I don't care who you are, even if you're 0-3, there's talented people. The Jets can guard up the middle run. Now that's a strength for us with the Eagles, where we can run the football, and we proved it last week against what they considered a tough Packers defense, but I had my doubts about that. But we might not want to run it right up the gut, or we might want to, but whatever. But you don't run into the teeth of their strength. This is a week where we use a little bit more of the outside. We might feature Darren Sproles a little bit more, right? And Greg Williams is going to mix up the kind of defense he's going to call. So if we decide to pass it more with all of the weapons that we have, we still don't have Deshaun Jackson back yet, but with all the weapons that we have, still going to try to confuse us, because one thing that the Jets can do is get turnovers. So if their quarterback is allowed to get comfortable and have easy checkdowns, they're able to control the clock with Le'Veon Bell and keep their defense off the field. And if they can get some turnovers, especially early, and get up on us, this is going to be a little bit longer game than we expect. But this is what we need to do. Good and great teams put away teams that they're supposed to beat and do it early. That's what we need to do. That's exactly what we need to do this week. We need to continue to run the ball and continue to have the same kind of urgency that we did against the Packers when we could have been facing 1-3. We need to have that same type of urgency against a completely defeated team, 0-3 Jets. I don't care. I don't care. I want to see 40 or 50 points out of our Birds this weekend. And then I want us to prepare for those next weeks coming up. But I don't want to worry about them until they come. As our team says in our locker room, what I want is for our Birds to go undefeated this week. And this week, our focus is going 1-0 and beat the New York Jets. So this is the perfect week with perfect weather for our birds to come back home, recalibrate a little bit, and then turn up the heat. Stay hungry. Put the NFL on notice. I don't care what the NFL has us as number 6 again. No, stay as a hungry underdog. And let Dallas know we're coming. Let the NFC know that we're back. And let's go and destroy teams that we're supposed to beat. Let's do it this weekend. Let's be loud here in the link. And let's go 3-2 on our way to Minnesota. Let's go, Birds. Let's beat the Jets. E-A-G-L-E-S, Eagles! Go Birds, baby!